everybody. My name is Puppetine from I Love Puppets here on the Xtreme Movie Show. Yes, it's part 3 of that puppet takeover with me and Froggy. Say hello, Froggy.
Hello!
That's right. We are here for episode 8 of Kung Fu. Yeah. Go ahead. Do another kick for us. Oh, yeah. That's the action.
I don't know. I just do this. Hop.
Okay. And now he's frozen in place. Okay. I don't know where he'll go next. But you know where we need to go? On a journey into, what is it? The land of Kung Fu, which is actually San Francisco.
The mean streets of San Francisco.
What?
The mean streets of San Francisco.
It's nothing like San Francisco, isn't that right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you're not knee-deep in trouble.
You're knee-deep in swamp.
Well, that's kind of racist.
Okay, that is fair. I suppose frogs can go all sorts of places. I apologize.
Yeah, I've been to Disney World before.
Oh, really? That must have been nice. But
it was frightening. You should have seen all the giant animals.
Well, I'm sure they're frightened. They were frightened of you too, because
I wasn't even in the animal kingdom.
Well, that's fair. I guess you're not a big fan of mice, huh?
Well, not mice, but people too.
Oh, okay. Were the people like animals?
You should have seen all the stuff in their faces, eating all those cupcakes and the pretzels and the hot dogs.
Oh, that was just England team.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Okay, now let's get back to it. So last week, when we were watching Kung Fu, Nicki's mother revealed to her that apparently her family has the rightful claim to the sword that Xiaolin has. And Nicki feels betrayed and storms out. And Jin, her husband, is also feeling kind of betrayed. Nicki goes to Evan, who is staying currently at his cabin, and goes to speak to him, tell him that everything that she's been led to, that she thought was her choice, going to China, well, not going to China, but staying in China and learning Kung Fu as she has, was her choice. That was what she wanted. But no, she thinks that now maybe it's all just destiny catching up to her. But this conversation is short-lived. Why? Because Evan's fiance, Sabine, apparently him and her have been having trouble. And so she is coming up to the cabin to speak to him. And so Nicki must run away. Go.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting for the Nicki to be there and then Sabine and then they get caught.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is kind of needless though, because I'm thinking like she's with Henry.
Yeah, no, she's not really with Henry, because Henry said that he wouldn't be with her because right now she's too distracted and whatever's going on with her and Evan and blah, blah, blah. It's triangle stuff, and we just have to get through with it to keep going on this story. But speaking of story, that's not really the focus of this episode. Why?
Nope.
Because it's party time.
PRT, why? Because I gotta.
Oh, yeah. We got those sick moves.
Yep.
But it's, the bachelorette party for Althea. And she wants Nicki to be involved, of course. But Jin has apparently left home. Ryan takes the day off and goes to spend time with Jin to keep him company, because this is the first time he's ever done anything like this. But at the party, there's some trouble. A friend named Chloe I can't remember if she was supposed to be like
she's
she's
not a friend. She's the younger sister of Althea's fiance.
Okay, yes.
Who was originally sent away to Hong Kong because she was hanging out with a bad crowd. Well, guess what? She's back with the bad crowd again. And
the bad crowd comes up and says, we have a job to do, and they take her away. So Nicki, of course, has to go and look into this. She has to for Althea. She tells Althea this, and Althea is stunned a moment, looks at her like this, and then she hides her scream. It was actually a pretty funny scene, I do have to admit. Althea is an enjoyable character. To look into this, they go to Dennis's bachelor party. And you can imagine what the bachelor party is. Isn't that right, Froggy?
Yeah, I was looking for strippers, but instead we got the Dungeons and Dragons.
They were rolling dice and
Wait, no, it's die.
No, dice. It's Dungeons and Dragons. There's numerous kinds of die, and so there are dice.
I only saw one, and that was me, my single death.
Oh, I'm sorry you died, but I'm glad you could come back to life for this review. Dennis gives him a lead, says who TJ is. He's I don't know the actor's name.
TJ, a.k.a. Richard Harmon, a.k.a. John Murphy from the 100. Phenomenal actor. He's popping up everywhere, and it's great to see him getting more roles. He is great at playing a weasel.
He is great at playing a
not an actual weasel, but I mean, like he is like correct no matter what. He likes that role. He's a role where he's like does what he wants to do. He's selfish, kind of a jerk, and he plays that well. It's believable.
Yep.
How are you not getting jobs?
How am I not getting what?
How come you're not getting jobs? You're a jerk too. I believe it.
Well, I'm a different kind of weasel. I'm a puppet weasel. Puppets don't get a lot of work.
Yeah, your hair.
We have two options. We have Sesame Street and we had the Muppets coming up again, but now they aren't accepting applications. Not for me anyway. It's because I'm a straight white puppet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's because you don't wear pants.
That's fair. But back to the show. This gives them a lead. They find out about TJ, and they meet them at the house they were supposed to be stealing from. Chloe was involved with a big-time thievery ring, or something like that.
Well, yeah. And it turns out that this guy, TJ, a.k.a. Murphy, or anyway, he and the two girls, the reason she was sent away, because the mother didn't realize that the Chloe was already robbing with them. They robbed the two girls. One of the good girls had their grandparents' house. They robbed the whole ring, and she's wrapped up with it. And she's basically like they go to rob her house, her mom's house. So, and it all makes sense why when they're going to basically like Althea was supposed to chug this thing, they're trying the trophy drug, and Chloe went up grabbed her mom's phone for a selfie, and then it was supposed to be accidentally, but even I caught onto this. She purposely dropped it into the alcohol. Why?
Oh, yes.
Because that's the way the mom would get alerts anybody's going inside the house. Because she had it's another robbing here. But guess who finds out about this and decides, you know what? Nicki says, you know what? It makes sense that they would go after her house. That's why that she saw the phone get dropped in. She puts two together, and then we get this superhero duo of the incredible Nicki Shin and her sidekick Henry.
Well, I don't think it's an incredible duel. There's a little fight. They stop the burglary, and they let Chloe's mom, which is Dennis's mom, know. And she comes, and they have a quick moment. But speaking of moments, Ryan and his father, Jin, get a moment. Because he defends their mother in hiding secrets to keep the family safe. How secrets can feel more secure, and it's easier to live with a lie than to tell the truth. To equate it to him coming out a few years ago. And so they get that moment in there. And Jin is eventually convinced by Nicki that he needs to go home. And he does. But speaking of Nicki, she also gets a moment with her mom and says that she forgives her. But she can't have any more secrets. She needs to know about all of this. And so she takes out a box, gives it to Nicki, and says that that's everything that has her family history, everything her sister had collected thus far, information, I mean. And that's pretty much where this episode ends. Overall, this show it's a pretty good show, which is surprising. I know we've had a fairly disappointing episode, but that was in the past. These episodes are, while fun, they keep a story going, and that's what I appreciate. While we're dealing with a bunch of nonsense family drama, fine. We're also getting the story that they want to tell, and I'm okay with it. How about you, Froggy?
I'm excited. I like it. It's very good.
So next week, hopefully, we get some more information on where Zhao Lin is heading, where her relationship with what was their name? What was the family's name? It was last week. I can't remember. But the people who have the, I believe, the scabbard, or the information she requires. Hopefully, we get to go into that. Hopefully, Nicki's family's backstory gets fleshed out a little more, and we can see where this is going. But I think that about does it. Froggy and I would like to remind you, if you are watching this video, to please like and comment. We want to hear your thoughts. And make sure you're subscribed. The Xtreme Movie Show has a lot of subs, but we need more. And after you sub here, how about you go to I Love Puppets, and you go ahead and subscribe there. I think that's a good idea. Don't you, Froggy?
Yeah, you should do that. Go do it.
Don't tell Rob I said that.
Yeah, don't tell Rob.
Okay. But I think that about does it for Froggy and me. We want to thank you so much one more time for joining us. We want to say bye, and to, as always, stay Xtreme!